Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nick from MMA Pixels here with Jason, the Irish Bull Fonzi. He has a huge fight night, or a 5150 Fight Night 5. He's taking on Ricky Galvez for the heavyweight title. How are you doing, Jason?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing great, man. I'm pretty excited about this matchup. Two undefeated heavyweights going at it.
It'll be exciting.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. We're both wrestlers. We're both come at each other. It's going to be wild.
Yeah, I was going to say that, getting into it, you're 4-0 with 4 TKOs. I mentioned on the previous show, this guy's a wrestler. I was watching Ricky's fights, before we talked, and he's real big on wrestling, too. He uses that a lot. So do you think that's going to be the big key to this fight, is the wrestling?
He's a Division I wrestler. I didn't wrestle Division I. I just junior college and the Olympic style wrestling, Greco and freestyle. So I don't know what his abilities are wrestling wise. So maybe at one point they'll even each other out and it might become a striking match. Who really knows? You know what I mean? So I've covered every basis that I can this camp, from jiu-jitsu to stand up to whatever I need to not heavily depend on wrestling. But if I have to, I will depend on wrestling because it's what I'm best at.
Right. And then, I guess you don't want to give away your strategy, but everything works out perfectly in the fight. How do you see it going?
I'm going to try to stop it. I already have 4 stoppages. I want to get out of there as fast as possible.
I'm sure at one point, you're going to get into a fight where you can't end it in the first round.
Yeah.
Any issues in cardio? Are you any concerns?
No, not at all. I went from 260 2 fights ago to 230 my last fight, and I'm back up to 245, 250. Maybe a little bit sluggish from 230, but my cardio is in conditioning or at top tier. I don't really get tired. You got to push me to get tired. Keep coming at me.
So you said 230, that's the preferred weight?
I would rather fight at 230. I cut all that weight and got down there, and I was like, this weight cut is horrible. I don't want to fight 230. But now I'm eating probably 12 to 15,000 calories a day just to maintain 235, 240, 245 lifting weights. And I'm a little bit sluggish at this weight, which is fine because you're stronger at the weight. When you gain weight, you're stronger. But I'd rather fight at 230. I feel healthier there. My knees don't hurt as much and whatnot.
So you mentioned strength and conditioning based on the weight. What about durability? You're able to take punches if you're heavier or lighter. Do you see that?
I haven't. I got a chin on me. I've been knocked down a couple times, but I haven't noticed a difference. Maybe the larger the person, the heavier the hands, but I don't know. I haven't. 230 to 265, they hit pretty much the same. It all hurts.
Right. And then you said you're working on everything for this matchup. Is there anything you said, when you saw, did you watch tape on Ricky?
My camp watches all the tape for me, and then we just do a bunch of game plan and breakdown, and we work on what we do. They see our flaws and whatnot.
Did you bring anyone in to help you with this camp, like another wrestler?
I've tried, but it's real hard to find bodies that are my size. I've just picked up one of my little brothers, 16, 17. He's going to be fighting on the Panda Cup, pancration fight. So it's good to have someone that's close to my weight, but he's still not, the caliber or age but I work at 8 Drums Muay Thai. I work with Fonzi Wrestling, my club. I step into Stockton Jiu-Jitsu every once in a while for a free roll.
Right.
James, I forget his last name. He's a guy that I met through Venture Academy. He's an Aries Jiu-Jitsu guy, and I do a lot of Jiu-Jitsu with him as well. So that's maybe the main thing that I've done a little bit different is a little bit more Jiu-Jitsu this time.
Right.
Wrestling kind of, null and void, equal each other out. Maybe you can gain a little more positioning from a jiu-jitsu position than a wrestling mount or whatever.
So you mentioned your wrestling. I know you do a lot of instructing.
Yes.
Does that help you out? Does that keep you technically sharp, having to instruct?
To teach it, I teach wrestling normally 4 times a day at least. So it just constantly keeps my brain in combat. It constantly keeps it sharp, and every kid or person's a different wrestler. You know, granted, I like them to learn what I'm best at and what I teach best, but I always find what they do best and then tweak it and add maybe an Iranian style or a Russian style to their wrestling. The wrestling, like, I delete files of stuff that I probably should remember from like high school and college and all that crap to add wrestling. Just delete wrestling, wrestling, wrestling.
Right. Well, that at this time that is your profession, right? That's what
Yes,
you.
that's how I make money. That's how I pay rent.
Right. So that's, I mean, that's got to be good to be able to do
Oh,
something you
it's
enjoy. Yeah.
wonderful. And I just got Tony Dominguez, the owner of 8 Drums Muay Thai, just helped me start my business paperwork and gave me a key to their gym. And we're looking for a mat so we can run Fonzi wrestling out of there and start our own little MMA team.
Oh, right on. Yeah, those things are
I'm in a
expensive.
garage right now, so.
Yeah, the wrestling mats I think are like 10 grand or something.
Yeah, but I know a lot of people and whatnot, so hopefully, hey, Dollar Wrestling, I know you guys follow me. We could use a discount.
Right on. So this will be your fourth fight. This is for fifth fight. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, fifth fight. Be for the title, and then you have another fight scheduled already 2 weeks later, correct?
Yeah, I do believe that's a mistake. That's my manager and my training partner Antonio Jimenez. I think that he told the Oscar Martinez for CFC. He said we both want to fight on the card, not that we both want to fight each other on the card. So it's just getting deleted off. We're looking at the 6th for the Panda Cup and maybe 559 if they have an opening on the 22nd or the 31st at the Palace. Or I'm also looking to fight at the Beatdown, the next Beatdown.
Right. That's November 3rd or 7th, I believe, but it'll be in Modesto.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tachi Palace, it looks like it's pretty full. It's on the 31st. Maybe they have somebody drop out. So you still want to maintain amateur after?
Yes. The goal is my plan changes so often. If I stay undefeated, I want to try to, that's the main goal, is just try to stay undefeated, win 2 or 3 more fights, and then maybe get some pro boxing in, because my stand-up is nowhere where it needs to be, and then venture into professional MMA. But right now I'm just loving wrestling, loving fighting, training every day. It is what it is.
So how does that transition go into pro boxing? Do you change gyms? And like you say, pro boxing, but is it like really a huge fight, or are you just going into another gym and fighting somebody?
What I'm gonna do is take fights at the pro boxing level and go get pieced apart, learn how to box, basically. You know what I mean? Thrown in the fire. So.
Right on. You mentioned that people are following you on social media. You want to drop the link?
Yeah, I have multiple. I have at Jason or at Fonzi _ the Irish Bull, and that's my main for MMA. And then I have at Fonzi Wrestling, Fonzi _ Wrestling, and that's for my business. And then Facebook, you just look up my name, Jason Fonzi, and you'll be able to find my business and my fighter page.
And so you teach regular classes and private lessons?
Yes, I do classes. I do a conditioning class at 7 a.m., and then we run one-on-ones all day long. And then I get over to the Muay Thai gym around 4 or 5, run some more one-on-ones, and then finish my day up.
Right on. And then did you guys get a ticket code or something for this event, or no?
They didn't give us a ticket code. They said if you add the fighter's name, that I'm just ready to fight. I didn't really look at the contract and everything. I just signed it and said, let's go.
You mentioned you had management. Is that somebody who takes care of everything like that for you?
Mostly, yes. I have my main manager is Antonio Jimenez, and then I have a bunch of people doing a lot of stuff for me. I have someone taking care of my social media. You know what I mean? Someone that does that. Antonio, yeah, mostly he finds all my fights. He's set me up. I didn't even know how to throw a punch, in December. and he's the one that taught me how to do all this. And then Tony took me under his wing. Tony Dominguez of 8 Drums, and I've just become a total different fighter since then.
You said December. Are you talking about 2017?
Yes, sir. So I took my first fight on December 2nd with less than 3 weeks of MMA training.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I was going to say, wait.
Antonio signed me up. He just said, oh, by the way, you're fighting. So, okay. Why not?
I'm sure that helps out a lot having a big team around you. Who's some of your other supporters?
We don't really have a team per se. We kind of just train out of a gym, like out of a garage. I have a bunch of people that all support what I'm doing and have something that they're doing as well. We're trying to put an MMA team together right now. This is the small, the grassroots upstart. But it'd be Antonio Jimenez, Edgar Quinones. I'm not sure if he's fighting on the same card this time. I remember he was at one time. I've seen him on the social media and whatnot. But honestly, I train at 8 Drums with Tony and my little brother basically, and I teach kids all day long. I do cardio. Cardio's phenomenal. Conditioning's even better. Need to find some more bodies. That's what I need. Need to find some more like high class strikers and better wrestlers. People to push me more than now. But I am being pushed is wonderful.
I know someone in the area, amateur. I think he's 2-0, maybe 3-0. Mark Thompson from
Mark Thompson.
Yeah,
I would like to fight him.
That's what I was gonna say. Either you guys are gonna end up fighting, or maybe you guys could train. But
I think he's fighting for a belt the same day I am at Panda Cup.
Yes, Panda Cup
on the 25th. So good luck to you, Mark Thompson. Hopefully we can meet up on November 13th or whatever it is.
Right on. Yeah, I'm a fan of MMA. I don't have any favorites or anything, but man, that's definitely a good matchup. This one is good too. You versus Ricky is going to be awesome.
I can't wait. I've been waiting. Ever since I saw Ricky go to number 4 in the state, like 4 months ago when I was injured. I was like, man, I want to fight that guy. He's a wrestler. I haven't fought a wrestler yet, and it worked out.
Yeah.
So I get to fight another wrestler. See how it goes.
5150 Fight Night 5 for the heavyweight title. Jason the Irish Bull Fonzi. Thank you, buddy.